let me know if you guys can hear me. We're live. It says we're live. I don't see anything in the chat yet, so I'm gonna give you guys a second, make sure that you can see and hear me. I'm in the background here. Let me know. I'm only showing some of these pictures. I'm not sure. There should be a few more. We'll see. We'll see if they come through. All right. Anna, let me know if you can see me here. If you would, please. Let's see. Well, anyways, welcome to our Tuesday edition of, I have the 14th. It's not the 14th. It is the 15th. Our September 15th, Driver Appreciation Week. Who doesn't love Driver Appreciation Week? A little different this year than years past, but we will still make the best of it, right? So happy Driver Appreciation Week. Was that National Truck Driver NTDAW 2020? That hurt to think. So, all right, let me know if you can hear or see me. Then we'll know we're in the right here. I don't see the chat moving. So, but I know it looks like it's a little quirky right now. We're going to be talking about Driver Appreciation Week, of course, recognizing our drivers. Here, our professional drivers here at Decker Truck Line, and the rest of you who are out there on the road. 3.5 million drivers out on our nation's roads right now. So, while we recognize you and let you know about some of the to-dos that are going on this week, feel free to ask your questions. If you have any questions specifically for us, you can either leave it in the chat, and I'm hoping that my chat begins to work, or you can call us at 888-668-0698, and we can answer your questions right there. You can talk to a recruiter. You can also check us out on our website, which is drivedecker.com. drivedecker.com. So yeah, I'm not sure why my chat isn't working. Let's see. Anna, can you tell me if the chat's working? Can't really if I can't see the chat, huh? So if you guys are having questions or putting questions or comments in there, I am sorry. I'm not seeing anything right now. I don't know. I'm confused. All right. That's the live chat. That's what I want. But it's not showing. Okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and answer these, or at least address everything right now. The pictures that you're seeing, these are pictures of our that our drivers have sent in. Thank you guys for sending those in. You can send them in if you have pictures you'd like to share. Send them over to facebook.com/DTLinc or marketing@deckermail.com. Either one of those will get over to us. We are going to be doing the photo contest that we did last year for the calendar. So if you've already sent a photo in, awesome. If you want to make sure that your photos have been submitted, then just send them over again, facebook.com/DTLinc, facebook.com/DTLinc for those, and we'll get those answered. Also, you can send them to marketing@deckermail.com. We don't have all of the prizes or all of the announcements laid out. We do know that we're going to do the contest. We'll have more information for you next week on it. But one key thing to remember is when you're taking your photograph, please make sure it's landscape view instead of portrait. If it's a portrait view, then it doesn't fit on the calendar quite right. So landscape view, if you please. That would be awesome. And then we'll use that. Yeah. I am so sorry, you guys, if you're making comments here and I don't see them. I'm really, really sorry. If you haven't already stopped by one of the terminals to get your goodie bag, please do so. We are not holding dinners or lunches like we have in the past. because of the pandemic. We're just keeping social distancing as much as possible for you guys to keep you safe, keep you healthy. But we still feel like you deserve a little to do. So please grab your gift bag, and you can get it at the terminal. So get it at Bessemer or Fort Dodge or Missoula. And of course, if you are there at one of those terminals and you haven't yet competed in the competition, which is the inspection challenge, then please go do that as well. That will earn you an extra $10 gift card to the Decker Company store. You also have a chance if you find all 10 defects on the truck, and you know what, you might find a few more, but if you find all 10 defects on the truck that were, kind of strategically planned there, then you'll get a chance to win either a $100 Pilot Flying J gift card, a Decker coat, or a Decker sweatshirt and duffel bag. So there's 3 different prizes that you'll be winning, and those will be random drawings for those 3 items: a $100 Pilot Flying J gift card, a Decker coat, and the duffel bag sweatshirt. So that's what you have a chance to win, along with that $10 gift card, which anybody who participates in that inspection will get that $10 gift card. It'll be fun. Do it. It'll be fun. It's a good challenge for you. Good experience to keep things going for you. But that'll be that'll be in Missoula, in Bessemer, and in Fort Dodge. So those 3 locations. Now, if you are wondering about where to pick up your gift, Bessemer, talk to AC, Fort Dodge, the Welcome Center, Missoula, Jason Sorleen, in Minneapolis, get a hold of Derek Showalter, and in Hammond, Barry Warren. So those are the locations and the respected individuals to talk to. Now, for the inspection challenge, Missoula, Jason Sorleen, hunt him down. In Bessemer, Gerard Smith for Bessemer, and then for Fort Dodge, again, for Fort Dodge, go visit the safety window. And I think Patrice was out there yesterday, if I heard correctly, the word on the street. But your gift bags, when you go to pick those up, those are going to have, not to give you too much of a, break the surprise, but too much information, but those will have snacks, candy, water, a Pilot Flying J gift card, and then the Pilot Flying J gift card, they sponsored the lunch. So they'll be able to give you, basically that's a gift card you can go get something to eat, and then there's a scratch ticket, because we have our own very own scratch tickets, our Decker scratch tickets, that you'll be able to go check out, scratch it off and see what you win, which could be either a $15 Pilot Flying J gift card, a portable vacuum for your truck, a Decker flashlight kit, a $50 Walmart gift card, or a $100 Visa gift card. So we have all of those. Anna says she's commenting, but I've got nothing. I'm glad I had this part in there. So, but yeah, that's the driver appreciation that's going on here this week. If you weren't already aware of it, now you are. Speaking of not being aware of it, we do have a driver Inside the Triangle podcast that is available here. If you're not familiar with our podcast, you can actually get more information going to our website, which is drivedecker.com, and you can see that. Last week we had Matt McConaughey, who is one of our fleet managers in the Missoula terminal. Basically, it was a employee spotlight talking for him, just giving us a little bit of detail on the company from his perspective, what he does, and it gives you a good insight into what a driver manager here at Decker does for you, not always knowing what their responsibilities are. But yeah, and so it gives you a little bit of insight on what that's all about. I really, really, really want the chat because I cannot see it and I feel blind without it. It's driving me crazy, Anna. Don't know what to do. So, yeah. What else we've got here? So that's our podcast. That comes out every Thursday, by the way. So if you weren't familiar with that, that's every Thursday. On let's see, 2 weeks ago we had Abby that was doing it, and Abby is our director of recruiting, and she did an interview talking about our $1,000 minimum pay as well as some of our guaranteed pays. So if you guys aren't familiar with the $1,000 minimum pay, that is minimum. Remember, minimum. It's just really set up for you to give you a baseline, so you know that even if you end up having a short week, you know, you're coming out and maybe you're over the road and you do 2 to 3 weeks out at a time, and on the 1 week that you come out, maybe you didn't get the miles coming out of the house like you expected, or headed home and didn't get the miles that you had expected on your way home. So your miles might have been short that week. That $1,000 is basically a guarantee. It could be a maintenance issue. Maybe you had maintenance, or if it was weather related. As long as you are available for dispatch a minimum of 5 days out of that week, then you're going to be able to qualify for that position. You need to get all of your paperwork in, be available for dispatch, no driver service failures, so get those loads on in time, of course. No CSA violations for the week, no preventable accidents for the week. Those are really, and I think I said get your paperwork in, but those are really what's going to qualify you for that minimum pay of $1,000. And of course, if you run more miles, you get paid more. So you're going to get paid the mileage pay beyond. So that's what we really want to see is the mileage pay. I'm really thrown off here. Anna, can you relay some of those questions as they come in? Oh, you did. Amy's on. Hey, Amy, we missed you yesterday. Jeremy's on. Hello, Jeremy. Jeremy is not funny. So it's distracted driving was kind of what we were going to be talking about yesterday, not last week, but yesterday. And without making me sound as stupid as I sounded yesterday, here he's asking questions about hazmat, and I'm answering as they come in, not thinking much of it, but responding. And he asked me about hazmat on sailboat fuel, and I'm like, we don't haul any fuel. What is he talking about? I tell you what. Jeremy, not funny. Not funny at all. I know you think you're funny. Anna says yes, and new submarine division too. You guys stink. No, that was funny. But then it registered what he was saying, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'm a moron. Too funny. Too funny, too funny. I know. Let's see. I'm thrown off with not seeing the chat, you guys, because then I can't respond to you. So then I'm just throwing things to the wind. Okay, fair enough. Anna, I'm relying on you to relay anything that's coming my way. All right, so that's what we'll do. We'll just play relay. So it might be a little bit of a delay as they're coming in, and she'll just get to me on our chat. So then that means I'm in more of control of the conversation, so look out. Jeremy, you're in trouble now. Like I said before, we're going to start doing the calendar again. So everything by the end of October. I don't have the immediate date. I don't really have the exact date, I should say, for when that we need that in order to get those calendars into print. So we have them by January, but let's say the end of October. Get them in facebook.com/DTL link so that I can hang on to them and we can submit them to the calendars for who the winners are. Because obviously we're going to have 12 winners, one for each month. And then last year we kind of had a display of several of them on the back page as well. So we look forward to having that. Also, as a reminder, Epic View, a question that we had in the group yesterday was the Epic View TV and why we were getting these on 30 some channels, why we were getting this message saying equipment is due for an upgrade. Our equipment is not due for an upgrade. It is a message directly from Epic View. However, it's not meant for us. It's meant for those who are supposed to have those channels. The channels that they're referring to are the individuals or the subscribers who have a different package than we do. Now we've got over 100 plus channels on our package, and that's going to include HBO, Cinemax, Showtime, and of course the Sunday Ticket. So we've got a full package as well. The message that you're receiving that doesn't pertain to us, they just don't have a way to divide it to their customers, to single them out. I want to, Anna. Yep, with the issues with the chat. Thought about it, but I don't know what's going on. So, all right. Also, what else do we have here? A reminder at the end of the month, you guys, that the end of the month is the new hours of, the new hours of service rules. So it's September 29th. All of those hours of service rules changes that were presented back in June are going to go into effect. So as a reminder, back on the 1st of June, the FMCSA, Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, they published that the hours of service, the final suggestions and then vote, everything that's the finalized rulings are, there are 4 changes. You've got the short haul exception. So the exception is for the short haul, the maximum allowable workable days is changing from the 12 to 14 hours. And the distance that the driver may operate is extended from the 100 air miles to 150 air miles. So that part is changing. Amy, you don't have a working chat either? Obviously you do a little bit, huh? And Jeremy says, everyone tried a pre-trip challenge. It was pretty fun. Did it yesterday. Yeah, Jeremy sent some pictures over for me. I appreciate that. Thank you, by the way. Amy says the live isn't the same. I know. And Anna's just copying and pasting and sending my way because I can't see any of it. Only 10 defects. Must have missed a few if it's a Decker maintained truck. Only 10 defects that were planned and scheduled and put on there. So yeah, they're the same defects on each one of the trucks, so that there's consistency on them. Okay, so talking about those hours of service rules. So the short haul exception, the adverse driving conditions exception, which means basically, and this is in my eyes a good change here for you, for the adverse driving conditions, it's extended the duty day or the hours of duty day to 2 hours when the adverse driving conditions are encountered. So this is in addition to any of the extra 2 hours of driving time that's already allowed. So again, 2 hours for adverse driving conditions. That's the extra 2 hours in addition to the extra 2 hours that we have. Now this change applies to both the property, the 14-hour driving window, and the passenger, the 15-hour driving duty for motor carriers. So both of those. So you've got the adverse driving conditions and you've got the short haul exemption. You've got the 30-minute break requirement. So the 30-minute break requirement, the difference in this is it can now be satisfied by an on-duty, not driving break. So in addition to the off-duty break, but it can be satisfied by an on-duty. And the requirement for the property carrying driver is applicable in situations where a driver has driven for a period of 8 hours with at least or without at least a 30-minute break or an interruption. Then the sleeper berth, which is the 4th change, the hours of service change, the sleeper berth provision allows drivers to split their 10-hour off-duty period with in different ways. So you can do a 7-3, an 8-2, 7.5, 2.5. So provided that one of the off-duty periods, whether it's out of the sleeper berth or not, is at least 2 hours long. So it has to be at least 2 hours long. And then the other one involves at least 7 hours consecutive, of course, spent in the sleeper berth. So that period must be up to 10 hours and when they're used together. At least 2 on the off-duty part and at least 7 on the consecutive sleeper berth. So that, but how you split it, it doesn't really matter whether it's 7-3, 8-2, or 7.5, 2.5. Okay. The periods must be up to 10 hours, and when they're used together, neither time period goes against the maximum 14-hour driving window. So those are the changes, and that is effective as of the 29th. Amy says, YouTube is just not having it. No chat or video, just sound. No video either, huh? That's not. Oh, yep, no video. We can change that part. We can change that part on this. I've got pictures here to share. There you go, Aim. Good call. All right. It does what it does. We lose control over it. There you go. All right, so that is the reminder for the hours of service rules that are coming up. So just have an update on that. Okay. Excellent. Yeah, you guys, I'm really sorry about this. I have no idea why the chat's not working. And I want to play with it, but I don't want to irritate everybody else and start all over for you. Because I really don't know what's going on. So I'll just sound lost. There's no problem there. What's new? What's new? What's new? As a reminder for the safety department, don't forget that the weighing your loads, you've got to pretty much do that. Weigh all your loads. You've got the CAT scale app in the truck, on your phone. Use it. Use it. Decker pays for all of the scale tickets. CAT scale will, they'll cover you. They'll make sure that you're covered. But if you're not scaling it, then obviously they're not paying for it. So make sure that you use the CAT scale. Weigh every load. We've had an increase in overweight tickets, and there shouldn't be. You shouldn't be getting those at all because of that CAT scale app and because you're taking the time to weigh those loads. It is your responsibility as a professional driver, making sure that your tractor trailer unit is meeting all those needs or is being weighed and everything. Anna says video works now. Okay, cool. Jeremy says my video is better. I would like to show you all his video. It's a little interesting. It's a little hilarious. I wonder if I can get that on here. Jeremy sent me a video this morning. I've got the one. I don't know if I've got the other one transferred over here yet, but I'll show it. Let me see if I can gain control of my it has sound. Okay, hold tight. We'll get you. This is what happens when you send over videos. Not liking the cow. Jeremy's the cow, by the way. Yeah. I'm not sure. Oh, Jeremy, you kill me. That's too funny. Alright. Off topic. Distracted driving. What are you talking about? Yeah, it is Distractive Driving Awareness Week, by the way. Or maybe not Distractive Driving Awareness Week, but during Driver Appreciation, we do need to remember the distractive driving and how important and how easily you can get distracted, which I am proof of that over and over. So please take your time, be safe, don't have those other distractions. If you're using your phone, make sure that you're using your phone with a Bluetooth device and that you aren't actually holding your phone or using it any other way like that. PETA says, thank you, Anna, for testing that over. How long has someone has to wait until the hair follicle comes back? Usually, the hair follicle comes back, if it's taken on Monday, it's usually back by Wednesday morning. There are times that there are delays in it. Usually, well, not always, but oftentimes when there's delays, it's because they had to run an extra test because it did show up. Sometimes it's a delay because of it just could be transportation or they didn't get it out soon enough. when they were trying to send the results back to us. It could be a number of different things, but usually it's starting on getting it to them on a Monday, sending it out, and we get the results by Wednesday. That's the norm. But every once in a while it's different, and that part's pretty much out of our control because we send those out to get the results on. But it's a good question. Unfortunately, we don't have a solid answer for it. When in orientation, we do both the hair follicle and the urinalysis, for those of you who might be wondering when that question comes about. But we do both the hair follicle and the urinalysis. And as well, during orientation, we do the physical. We have a physical and the PCE test, which is like range of motion, resistance, that type of thing. So it measures that. That's my range of motion, by the way, if you weren't aware of that. Yeah. So, and then orientation currently is Monday through Friday. We pay you $900 for completing orientation, which is split. $450, we hand you on a comm check as soon as you've completed everything Friday. Normally you're done with orientation come Thursday, meet your driver manager, get in your truck, and dispatched out Friday morning. Well, and Friday morning's when you're getting your $450 check. Now the remaining $450 is direct deposited. We just figure you're going to need a little bit of cash up front, so we give you that first $450 on a comm check instead of having to wait. So yeah, that's why we do that. That is why. Thank you, Anna, for sending that over to me. So defensive driving, distracted driving, defensive driving. Defensive driving, we probably should have addressed this last week with defensive driving. Just being compliant with all traffic regulations, being aware of the different traffic conditions that you have. It could be the weather, it could be construction, it could be the number of vehicles that are in your area, the same area that you are. It could be some rerouting for other reasons. Whatever it might be, just be aware of the traffic conditions in general. The newer system that we'll be using for the navigation, the ALK, that'll have up-to-date traffic conditions. It'll also give you any updates on construction. It'll give you updates on weather as well. So we look forward to getting that. It's available usually through your TransFlow app. So on the Geo tab, the TransFlow Geo tab that we'll have, you'll have access to that. So we don't have it in all of our trucks yet. We are just starting that process, and it is going to take a little bit of a while. Also, be alert for possible, other people doing illegal acts or not following the rules, basically, errors on their part. Be aware of pedestrians and bike riders, which brings to my attention when it's defensive driving, it can also be very distracting, what everybody else is doing. So, and distraction being one of our number one talking points this week is make sure that you're not looking away. And it's football season, so when I'm thinking about looking away, looking down at a phone, looking down at the stereo, or whatever it is that you're doing, grabbing a drink, grabbing something to eat, just having your eyes down for a split second or 5 seconds can get you the distance of a football field. So, 100 yards you're going down the road and your eyes aren't on the road. Well, if there's a turn, if someone else does something different in traffic, slows down, speeds up, swerves, stops, whatever it might be, you take your eyes off the road for that split second and you lose your defensive driving options because you're not aware of it. You're not alert enough to know what's going on. So again, be alert, be aware, be compliant, and of course, be respectful of the others that are on the road. So yield of right of way to avoid accidents. If there is already an accident, get over, get past them. Don't be gawking to see what's going on, and of course, careful to adjust to the weather, the road conditions, traffic conditions, and all of that stuff. So. Be safe out on the road. But distracted driving is a huge detrimental issue to everybody's driving, whether it's driving or talking to you right now. I mean, we are distracted by so many different things. Our attention span is that of a goldfish. Seriously. Hey, frog, why is there a stuffed backup behind you? Nothing. Not even. Messing with me again this week. Christopher says, are you guys still hiring? And do you have a 10-speed manual transmission trucks, or are you all automatics? We are all automatics, Christopher. We are all automatics. Let me actually give you a little bit more info on the trucks themselves. They're mostly 579 Peterbilts, some 730, some 760, some Volvos, and some Freightliner Cascadia Evolutions. So that's the majority of the trucks. We do have APUs in all of the trucks, inverters, refrigerators, CB units. We have navigation. We use the Qualcomm system for our ELDs, but we have the Omnitrax navigation in most of our trucks. We are going to be transitioning from the Omnitrax system, the Qualcomm, to a TransFlow GeoTab system, so it'll be a little bit different eventually, but for the most part right now we are just in those Omnitrax. We have onboard scanners in the trucks, but we also use the TransFlow app on your phone, so we've got that. We also have the Smart Drive system, which is a combination of the inward and outward facing event recorders or cameras. We have those also, part of the Smart Drive is the following distance, lane departure, hard braking, those type of things are all part of the Smart Drive system. We also have microwaves in the trucks. I think I said refrigerators, bunk heaters. We have TVs, 32-inch TVs, plus the Epic View satellite TV programming, which is company paid. And that is 100 plus channels. It included that one with pride, because that's the one that most people are looking forward to. HBO, Cinemax, Showtime, all of those. The trucks have the Sirius radio in them as well. Although with Sirius radio, unlike the TV, you do need to have a subscription. But you refer 2 or more drivers within a year, then you get your Sirius radio paid for 12 months. So for a year, a full year. By the way, our referral program rocks. If you guys have questions about that, ask away. I love to talk about it. It pays out within 90 days. They're good chunks, and usually those who are referred tend to be very good candidates. So feel free to give us a holler back on that. So the number here, the 888-668-0698, this one right here, that's the number you want to call to talk to one of our recruiters. If you are a current driver with Decker, or fill out the TransFlow app on your phone with the information for your referral, or if you are new to Decker or would like to be new to Decker, then give us a call on that number, 888-668-0698, or apply online at drivedecker.com. So that'll get you started. But yeah, the trucks they're governed at 65 on the pedal, but they're 68 on the cruise. So the trucks are governed at 68 on the cruise. And I'm thinking I've mentioned everything. I'm sure I didn't mention something on the trucks. They're very, very well equipped, top of the line. So just love the trucks themselves. Let's see. ZXCVB 2009. They are pretty decent, just really, really slow taking off. Prefers a manual himself. Jeremy says the 12-speed automatic we do very well that we have. Awesome. So it must take off a little bit with more power. Jeremy says always drive like your family is riding on the side of you. Absolutely. Taking care of yourself, taking care of others, being respectful to everybody out on the road, respecting yourself while you're being out there on the road. I lost my video. Where did it go? Still no. Oh dear. Just love it says it's an excellent video, but I'm still not getting any of the chat. Okay. Anna, thank you for sending some of those over for me. Frog says, I'm feeling great company to work for. Good. Christopher says, how long is orientation? It's a week long, Monday through Friday. Usually dispatched out Friday morning. And Monday you start orientation. We get you a rental car, or we'll get you a flight into Fort Dodge. If it's a flight, you'll probably go to Des Moines or a nearby city, and then we'll get you a rental car from there, because you can't fly directly into Fort Dodge. But yes, we do have orientation most every Monday. It's a week long. You start with your physical and your drug tests and the driving test, going over a lot of company policies and procedures, running the Qualcomm system, contacting your driver manager through that way, having the communication through the Transflow app, and of course different resources. Now you have different resources available to you. We do have a program called The Art, which is an ambassador program there to help anybody who's interested. If you're coming aboard to Decker and you're interested in a little bit extra support, I don't know if you necessarily want to call it teaching, because it's not always teaching, it's just sometimes giving you the information that you need when you need it. So if you're trying to get to a certain customer, consignee, and you need, the directions are there, but you know that every customer is a little bit different in how they like things laid out, getting a hold of your ambassador, your driver ambassador might be the way to go, your driver mentor, and they can give you some of those details. But that's available to you when you hire on with us as well, so it's can be very helpful to you. And then what else should I say? The orientation, that's what I was going over. You'll meet with your driver manager usually on Thursday, and then dispatched out usually Friday. Get in your truck and all that stuff. So yeah. Are you having issues with the GeoTab? We were having issues getting having it communicate with the McLeod system in some instances. So other than that, the updates with the GeoTab have been fantastic. You know, with the Qualcomm system, some of those updates get really delayed with our delayed for the drivers out on the road, and you can't get the updates always with them, and then you have to come back to the shop to get repairs. You won't have to have that with the GeoTab, which is nice. Plus you can get upgrades on the GeoTabs at truck stops out on the road, so that'll be really nice. Meet for the gas rental orientation, because they treat you, yes, thank you, they treat you good, best company ever to drive for. Truck 3142. So, Wally, you've got truck 3142. He says, use him as a referral. Yep. And then of course got Jeremy on here. Jeremy, what's your truck number? Christopher says, oh, okay, you can provide if possible. For training. Oh, I missed that. I'm so sorry. Christopher was asking about flatbed. Do you guys train for it? We don't train for it right now. We have in the past, yes. With COVID going on, this pandemic going on, we have adjusted a lot of our training. So we are not currently training. However, if you have flatbed experience, at a minimum of a year for our over-the-road flatbed division, then we can have a refresher course for you, but we are not doing, we require a minimum of flatbed experience in order to run in any of our flatbed divisions right now because of all of this. So not right now, we are not training. If you're looking in the Midwest, if you live within the Midwest, then you have to have a minimum of 9 months of tractor-trailer experience. And you're usually home weekly in those positions. Speaking of positions, available positions that we have here at Decker, depends, of course, on where you live. So if you live in a specific area, please put it in the chat. And even though I can't read it, Anna can read it, and she can relay to me where you're at, and I can give you details on what we have available out of those areas. You know, thank goodness for Miss Anna here, I gotta tell you. As always, I'm very thankful. But yes, we do have different positions available. If you live in the Chicago area or within 75 miles of Chicago, then we have a flatbed division that is guaranteed pay. It's $1,700 a week. You're coming in on a Friday night or Saturday morning, and then leaving back out onto the road either Sunday night or Monday morning for usually an early Monday morning delivery. So that depends. Now, depending on where you live, of course, that's that $1,700. It's $1,450 if you live anywhere from Iowa City to St. Louis, Missouri, over to Columbus, up north to Toledo, back over to the Chicago area, you know, outside of that 75 mile there, back over to Iowa City. So anywhere along that route, it's $14.50 a week, coming home on a weekly basis. Mason City to Fort Dodge, to Chicago to Milwaukee, back down to Mason City, all available for that $14.50 as well. Actually, some of those areas, $1,700. So feel free to call us. We'll be more specific based off of where you live, knowing where you live, of course. But 888-668-0698. Peter says, I hope my husband's hair follicle comes back fast. We are waiting and nothing. Yes, and like I said, it doesn't necessarily mean that anything's bad. It just could mean that there's a delay in possibly the shipment that got over there, or maybe they just were running a lot of tests for other companies as well and kind of got overwhelmed. So there could be a lot of varieties. We are definitely looking nonstop because we get antsy as well, because we want to make sure that we can continue for him without him having to wait. We don't want him waiting. He needs to know. It's not fair for him either. Frog says we have CB radios as well. Yeah, actually, the company does provide the CB radios. If I missed that, sorry about that. They're in all of the trucks also. Christopher says south side of Chicago, Steger, Illinois. Did I say that right? Is that how you say it? Steger? All right. Give me a sec here. Oops. I got this. Let's see. Let me pull this up. I usually don't have this up, so I'm kind of surprised it's working as well. Yeah, you live in an awesome area, Christopher, so you're looking at the $1,700 a week. If you want flatbed, if you don't have flatbed experience though, then ignore me, because we do have refrigerated, we have van options. Our refrigerated is $12.50 a week for the guaranteed pay. Not having to do the tarping and securing, of course, with the refrigerated, and it is no touch freight as well. But yes, you're in a good spot there. CB being stolen? No, that is not good. Yeah, I can feel for you, but don't worry, we have the CBs in the trucks for you. All right, let's see. Let's say Jeremy says he is 3307 and will cook one steak dinner for you at Decker Terminal if you put me as a reference. All right, everybody is going under Jeremy. We all want steak dinners. Word on the street is that Jeremy is one amazing cook. And I feel like he should prove it to us. So, yes, indeed. Awesome. Anna, thank you so much for transferring some of those messages to me so I could read them. Yeah. Am I missing any? Hopefully not. Hopefully we've addressed all those. Amy's still on? Amy's probably wondering, because she's usually, we talk back and forth on here and I can't see her. Terrible. Terrible. So Driver Appreciation Week, you guys. I know it's a little bit different. We don't get to see you and visit as much as we would normally, but we are trying to do a few activities with social distancing that allow for little team bonding. The challenge, the inspection challenge, is one of them, so make sure you get in on that. Had a couple people tell me that was good times had by all. I don't know who all did them in some of the other locations, but Felix, he did it in Fort Dodge. Jeremy was in Fort Dodge. I think John did one in Fort Dodge. It's an extra $10 gift card to the Decker store. Plus you get to hang out with Patrice a little bit, so always a good time. A learning experience. Good man to learn. Christopher is the truck driver appreciation because of Jeremy. No, the driver referral program. If you're referred by somebody, then that person gets a referral bonus. So the referral bonuses can be anywhere from $1,500 per person that is referred and hired on, paid within $2,500 for the individual that's hired on. And that just depends on how many people you've referred within the year. So yeah, last year in the last quarter, so shout out and reminder to all of you Decker drivers. In the last quarter, we had somebody refer 5 drivers last year. 5 drivers. So that is what? Anna, I want to say that's $11,000. Excuse me. My voice just cracked. $11,000. But guess what? I'm going to double check because I'm using my calculator. So we've got 1,500, 1,500, 1,500 plus 2,000 plus 2,000. Oh, 8,500. That's what it was. 8,500 for the first 5 drivers. They got that paid out just within the last quarter. So that was an extra bonus that they got in the final quarter of the year. Plus, that's just the pay. Plus, you get the T-shirt. You get the Sirius radio for a year. You get the business cards, which, by the way, the business cards, once you have 3 or more driver referrals, you get these business cards. You can hand them out. They've got your truck number on them. They're pretty slick little things because they've got our number on them, your truck number, your name, but our information. So when they call in, we can give them all the details, do the work for you, and you can get the referral on it. You get the Decker referral jacket at 5. You get your name entered into the drawing. So the top referrer, who you have to have at least 5 referrals for the year, but the top referral gets in for a drawing for the grand prize, which is $2,500 in cash, or a trip to Vegas, which if it's going like the U.S. is going right now, it'd probably be the $2,500 in cash. Yeah. So that's the case. Peter said, no wonder why Bill helped my husband so much, but didn't give him anything. Well, he wouldn't get it. Bill wouldn't get it until the, if you're talking about the referral, he wouldn't get it until your husband's first dispatch. So we'll get $250 on first dispatch, $250 after he's been there for 30 days, $500 after he's been there for 60 days, and another $500 after 90 days. So that's how that pays out. Yep. Frog says, I'll treat you better than that. I'll give you some cash and you know what? John, truck number 3142. Frog says, what's the contest this week? This week, there isn't a contest this week. It finished up last week, which, fun times. But we are starting to take in photos of the truck. Remember, landscape view. So this way, not portrait, landscape. We're taking photos of the truck. So if you want to take some pictures of your truck, maybe with a beautiful background, we're taking those submissions for our photo contest. So I guess we do kind of have a contest. It's just not this week alone. Our photo contest for our calendar. So we're accepting submissions. There we go. Send them to facebook.com/DTLinc or marketing@deckermail.com. Christopher says, you guys are all drivers for Decker? Well, a lot of us here are drivers for Decker, yeah. Frog on here, he is. I'm waving. Well, hello. Frog is, some of them I don't recognize because you guys have names that throw me off. Jeremy's on here. Wally, Frog, yep. Amy is a wife of Stephen. Is that how you refer to Amy? Oh, yep. That is, 3307 is his truck number. Frog has fake news. Walmart is Alan starting booth truck. Nope. I'm trying to follow the conversations and I'm not sure if they're in order or not. Darn chat. Cuss. I don't know what to say. So, Peta, did you have any other questions about that? I see the wow, but I'm wondering if the wow is a good wow or a bad wow. And Christopher says, you guys are really pulling all the stops. That desperately looking for drivers. No. there is definitely a need in the trucking industry for drivers. So that's your security right there for all those truck drivers out there, especially experienced truck drivers out there. You guys have, you've got that. There was 4 million drivers on the road before the pandemic, and then the number of drivers that got off because of the pandemic was significant, and there was a need before that. They were in desperate need before that, so there's even a larger need now. That's why I think there's talk about some of these younger drivers, 18 to 21-year-olds, who they're considering putting out on the road, the interstate, bringing that down because there's such a need out there in the industry. So yeah, I think that'd be true. But yeah, we have a great referral program. I know that those who call in who have spoke to one of our drivers who've been a referral usually have a better understanding of the company and how it works. So I always think that's a good idea. Christopher says, do you have updated reefer trailers, electronic reefer units? Yes, absolutely we do. And actually, if you go onto our YouTube channel when we're not live here, kind of mull around a little bit on some of our videos, there's a pre-trip, reefer pre-trip, that'll give you kind of an inside look at the trailer. I've got some other ones that'll be coming out that'll give you even better look of the trailer and the presets on the electronic reefer units. But yeah, they're newer. Our average age for the trailers themselves are about 3.5 years. The average age, so the oldest trailer I think you'll see is about 5 years old. With our trucks, the average age is about 18 months. So the oldest you'll see is about 2017, and those are headed out the door. So we've got some new trucks that are going to be replacing those as we speak. Something happened to my camera. What happened? But no, we are not offering training. So you'll have an orientation, which is a week long, but it's an in-class orientation. You're not going to be out on the road with a driver. However, you do have to meet those minimum requirements to qualify for orientation, which would be 1 year of over-the-road flatbed experience if you're looking to go in our over-the-road flatbed division. Actually, let me rephrase that. 1 year of flatbed experience if you're looking to go in our over-the-road flatbed division. If you're looking to go in any of our Midwest divisions or our over-the-road refrigerated, it's a minimum of 9 months of tractor-trailer experience. Flatbed divisions require flatbed experience, but other than that, it's just tractor-trailer experience required. So no, we wouldn't expect you to go with a trainer. You do have a driving test, and if your driving test determines that you need some help, then at that point we would figure out what our next step could be in order to be compliant with COVID compliant, as well as getting you that extra training that you need. But again, you have to meet the minimum requirements before we would be able to help you. Some of those requirements would be, besides the experience that I mentioned, no major moving violations within the last 3 years, no DOT recordable preventable accidents within the last 3 years, no DUIs, DWIs, anything like that within the last 3 years, which obviously are considered major moving violations. No more than 2 incidences, like a backing incident or a turning incident, like accident, in the last 12 months. Now that is a minor preventable incidents. If you had a major moving violation or a major accident, then that would disqualify you right away, obviously, if it's preventable. Let's see what else. Trying to think if there's anything else on qualifications. Sorry, I was reading the comments and I was trying to figure out what you were saying. Hopefully that answers your question, what you were looking for. Yeah. All right, perfect. So looks like we've got all of the questions answered in the chat. Anna's given me the thumbs up. So I appreciate that. If you guys have questions about the different positions that we have available, you can call our number 668-0698. That is available, and obviously you'll be able to watch the replays here. And even though I'm not able to answer the chat at this time, hopefully I'll be able to answer the chat on the replay. But if not, please contact us at 888-668-0698 to ask your questions, talk to a recruiter directly. You can apply online at the website here, drivedecker.com, so that we can get your application in, make sure that you're approved, and follow all of those guidelines. So sounds like a plan. We will reach out to you guys next week. If you haven't already seen us on our Facebook channel, which is facebook.com/DTL Inc., then please follow us on there. Like the page, follow us, because every Monday at 4 p.m. Central, we go live and we offer this Q&A opportunity for you. Give you an update on what's going on for Decker news and industry news that's relevant to you, and give you updates throughout that. Every Tuesday at noon Central, we go live here on our YouTube channel. So it's an opportunity for you to ask your questions here. So if you can't make one live, hopefully you can make the other. If you can't make either live, that's what the replays are for. So, all right, you guys, I appreciate you putting up with me and the lack of chat, or at least the smooth lack of chat. And Anna, thank you so much for stepping up and helping with the chat there. Christopher says he went to court, ticket paid. I haven't gotten another ticket since. So if it was a major moving violation, whether it was paid or not, if it was within the last 3 years, that would disqualify you, whether it's in a personal vehicle or not. Oh, I'm seeing here, Christopher says no accidents, no tickets, except I have one speeding from 2018 personal vehicle. If the speeding ticket is 15 miles per hour or more over, then yes, that could be a problem. It does depend on how much experience you have altogether, what your work history looks like and everything. So I would suggest you give a recruiter a call just to play it safe, so that I'm not saying an automatic disqualification when there's something that we can do about it. But in general, if you have a 15 mile per hour or more speeding ticket in the last 3 years, that would disqualify you, whether it's paid or not. It needs to be paid anyway. If it's not paid, it's going to it eventually puts you out for a warrant, especially if it's 15 over. Okay, I will let you guys go. Thank you so much for joining me today and putting up with the confusion here. But thank you so much. We will talk to you next week, and hopefully we'll see some of you guys at the terminals, and good luck in the challenge, the competition. Take care, you guys. Happy driver